Hi, I'm Elaine and my website is countryhomeandheart.net, and tonight we're going to be making ribeye steaks. Now I got these steaks at the store yesterday, and they're pretty nice bone-in steaks. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to get these ready. Right now I have my potatoes in the oven baking. And so what I'm going to do with these steaks is I'm going to poke these with a fork just all around. And I'm going to leave that fat and bone on them because I think it gives them more taste. So we'll cut that off after they're cooked. But in the meantime, I'm just going to put these through with a fork. Okay. Now I'm just going to sprinkle them with meat tenderizer. And I'm not going to salt these when I cook them because this meat tenderizer contains a lot of salt. I'm going to rub that into them. And so they won't need to be salted as they're cooked. Okay, and I'm just going to rub that into them and let that soak up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is let these get to room temperature. I'm going to cover them up with a piece of saran wrap. And I'm going to let them get to room temperature, and as soon as they are ready to cook, I'm going to bring out my smokeless grill, and we're going to talk a little bit about cooking these on the smokeless grill. So we'll be back in a bit. Okay, we're back, and our potatoes are almost done. They'll be done in probably about 15 minutes, so it's time to go ahead and get the smokeless grill going. I don't know if any of you have ever used these before, but they're very easy to use. And the funny thing about it was my husband ordered this on one of those TV infomercials, and I was kind of angry about it because I didn't think that it would be something that we would use. And as it turned out, I use this all the time, and I just kind of fell in love with it. So I owed him an apology. So anyway, I'm going to show you how to use this. Now I've got it taken apart, as you can see, and I'm going to remove this metal tray right here and set this aside for a minute because inside is this little tray, and what we need to do is fill that tray with water. So I have just the water out of my tap here that I'm going to fill the tray with. Alright, I have that done. Okay, now at that point, this piece goes back in place, and then I take this part, and this has to go back on top, and it's secured down like it should be. And I'm going to plug it in, and okay, and now it has come on, so I'm going to set my temperature to 450 degrees. Here we go. Sometimes you got to fight with it a little bit, and there we go. All right, so now it's flashing, as you can see. I think you can see that. And when it stops flashing, that means it's up to temperature. And I'm going to put the grill part inside of it, and I'm going to put the lid on it and just wait for it to come up to temperature. And while I'm waiting for that, I have my steaks ready, and they have reached room temperature. I like to bring them to room temperature because they seem to cook more even, and it's easier to get them to the stage that I want them. We usually have our steaks medium to medium rare, and so it's easier when they're at room temperature. They cook better, they sear better, at least for me they do. So okay, now at this point what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pastry brush, and I'm just brushing on some oil. This is canola oil. You could use olive oil if you wanted to. You could pretty much use any kind of oil that you'd like to use, but we're just going to brush these with oil. And this will help seal in the moisture, keep them from drying out and becoming really dry. Because I don't know about you, but to me, one of the worst things that can happen is when I get a steak or a piece of roast or something, that the more you chew it, the bigger it gets. So we don't want that to happen with these. So my marinade is basically just very simple. It's just the meat tenderizer. I poke the holes in I poke it with a fork and let that sit down in there, and then I just coat it with oil. Okay, so I'm going to finish brushing this oil on. Now, my grill hasn't heated up yet, but when the grill heats up, I'm going to put these on the hot grill, and I'm going to add maybe just 3 or 4 drops of liquid smoke to and I'm going to brush that on with my pastry brush. I'll put a little pepper on it. And I don't know what kind of seasonings you like, but you can, at that point, once you put that on the grill, you can put whatever you want. You can put some minced garlic or whatever you like on it. My husband and I like things fairly simple and fairly plain, so I don't put a lot of extra things on my meats like that, but you can certainly add what you wanted to. So, okay, when this comes up to temperature, I'm going to start these steaks and we will be back. My grill has reached the temperature, so I'm going to take the lid off, and we're going to put these on the smokeless grill. Okay, so let's get that lid off, and I can feel the heat. Okay, and I'm just going to lay that in there. Okay, and we like ours medium well, and I almost forgot to put this on it. Put the liquid smoke. We like ours medium to medium well, so what I'm going to do is cook these about 5 minutes or so per side, and that should bring them up to the temperature that we want. So, and I'm brushing in that liquid smoke, and that'll give them a nice cooked outdoors type flavor. Okay, and let's put the lid on these, and when they're done, we will be back. Okay, the steaks are done, and here's what they look like. They cook really good on that smokeless grill. And I have our potatoes. These steaks are huge, and I bet you we're probably going to have some left over for sandwiches tomorrow, no problem. But I have that, and I have our salads, and we are ready to eat. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.